Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what makes you alluring to others. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. We have 3 piles to choose from. So for pile 1, we have the Amazonite crystal with the goddess of self-knowledge. For pile 2, we have Citrine with the saint of authenticity. And for pile 3, we have the red cat's eye heart with the essence of all Buddhas. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is standing out to you the most, and that will be your pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this Amazonite crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what makes you alluring to others. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider hitting the subscribe button if you like tarot content and if you want to stay up to date with what I post daily. I am going to be doing a giveaway when I reach 25k subscribers, so if you'd like to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is comment on any of my recent uploads. So we're going to start out with your tarot cards, and then right after that we'll take a look at your oracle cards. I'm going to be using a mix of clairvoyance and cards to read your energy, so let's get started. So firstly, Spirit is showing me a lollipop. So maybe the way you kind of eat lollipops kind of are alluring. I don't know why that's coming through. So we have the Knight of Pentacles showing up first. We have the Star showing up next. What makes them alluring to others? We have the Two of Pentacles. Pile number 1, what makes them alluring to others? We have the Six of Wands, the Six of Cups reversed, and the Page of Wands. So what makes you alluring to others? The Queen of Swords is at the back of the deck, so something about the sound of your voice, the way you communicate to others, is very attractive, very alluring in some way. Maybe even with romantic partners or, people you're interested in romantically. Maybe you're a good flirt. Maybe you're very charismatic. You know how to sort of persuade them with your voice. You're witty, you always know the right things to say back, and that is quite sexy and alluring as well. I'm also seeing lightning. To me, I'm interpreting that like the Tower card, where people kind of fall hard and fast for you and they can't necessarily control it. And now Spirit is showing me a chocolate fountain. So with the lollipop I saw earlier, it's not just that, but it's also your sweetness that is alluring. Like, you can be very sweet to the point where people kind of just want more and more and more of you. Just like when you're eating, a good cake or chocolates or something and you just want more and more and more. You're quite addicting in some way. You're also very comfortable to be around. You make people feel at ease. And when they are romantically attracted to you, the fact that they feel comfortable and at ease around you, they feel more comfortable with opening up. And it also makes them more likely to be attracted to you in that sense, because now they feel a lot more comfortable and open to you. There's something about the handbags the women wear in this pile that are very sexy. And I'm also seeing that you're in control of your life, pile number 1. You're in the driver's seat of your life. I'm seeing this as my pile of people that are quite independent. You know how to make money or success for yourself. And even if you're not there yet, you have a lot of potential to shine in whatever you do. You're also quite talented. and gifted in some way, and that is also alluring. It's like people see you being very successful in this lifetime because you're also consistent with the things you want. You know, with reaching your goals, you put your mind and your dedication to that, and you don't give up on yourself. So that is something very alluring and sexy because a lot of people look for that in not just a romantic partner, but it's just attractive to know that, you know, you can take care of you, you're independent, you're self-sufficient. It's just attractive in some way. I'm seeing some of you like to straighten your hair where it is very straight and it looks good on you, and that could be quite alluring. I'm seeing, you know, the way you look in a swimsuit. For the men, women, non-binary, anybody watching, there's something about the way you look when you're in a swimsuit or when you're swimming in some way, your body. Okay, that's something that's alluring. It's like people love to look at you even when you're out in public with a star here because you stand out. It's like you're very glowy and radiant and you glow from the inside out. You have a lot of light within your aura and also a lot of healing energy with the star and the Amazonite crystal you chose. So a lot of people are going to be sensually drawn to you because of that healing energy and light you kind of exude in your aura. And I don't mean to make it a little bit weird, but when you're with people intimately in that way, you can give them healing energy. I don't know why that's coming through, but it is. I'm clairvoyantly seeing the sign Gemini. So somebody here watching could be a Gemini. You don't have to be. But we also see Aquarius here with a star. Maybe some earth sign energy with these pentacles cards. And maybe some fire sign energy with the wands. Another thing I see with being a big flirt is you can tease people and sort of like say nothing to them where they just want you more. So you don't even have to do much to tease them. It's just something about your body language, your demeanor, the way you speak to them, where it's sort of like it feels like you're literally luring them towards you, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what Spirit's showing me clairvoyantly. I think people often fantasize, people that are attracted to you, fantasize about what it would be like to be with you in bed, is what I'm seeing clairvoyantly. And I also see that certain things you've done before in the past, like maybe certain people have certain memories of things you've done, facial expressions you've made, maybe the way you laughed, the way you said something that was very sexy and alluring to them, and they still kind of reminisce on those memories. So I'm seeing something about that. I also see that this pile has very nice eyes. I feel like a lot of you in this pile have very big eyes, and it's very alluring in some way. It's kind of like you can bat your eyelids and get what you want. I'm definitely seeing that. You're also very photogenic. So it's like when people scroll on social media and they come across any posts of yours, they just want to stare a lot longer. You're also someone with a lot of optimism and passion for life, and something about that sexy. And like I said earlier, you shine bright, you literally stand out. Something about your fashion style is appealing to others, where they sort of want to undress you with their eyes. But I'm also seeing your body, like I said before, for the men, women, non-binary, something about your body is sexy. So now I'm going to take a look at the oracle card that you chose and other oracle cards. So your card that you chose from the intro is the Goddess of Self-Knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. So let's get the rest of your oracle cards. So spirit guides of pile number 1's, what makes them alluring to others? We have Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. We have the Divine Feminine. I hold the universe within me. I'm the force of an ever-expanding love. And we have the Prophetess of True Power. I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. So one thing about you is you appear very confident to others. And something about that sexy, I'm seeing your legs are sexy, especially for the woman here, you know, when you wear high heels, the way you walk and then your legs just look good. And like if you ever wear short skirts and then you wear heels, and I'm also seeing boots for the women here, like in winter or something, it looks good on you. Definitely your fashion style. Some of you dress more modestly, whereas some of you dress where you show more skin. And I guess I'm just seeing a variety of people here, but both are seen to be sexy in some way. Both are seen to be alluring, no matter what you wear. And there's also something about self-care here. You look like you take a lot of care of yourself, your skin, your hair, your nails. You know, like your skin looks very glowy and clear. And even if it's not fully clear, it just looks very glowy and radiant. And it just looks like you're that type of person that takes care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. Or at least you try your best to, if you know, sometimes we can't be perfect at everything, but you try your best to at least do self-care for yourself, make yourself feel good. There's something about you smelling really good too. So, you know, maybe the lotions that you wear, the body kind of soap that you use kind of lingers on you, or the perfume or cologne you wear. But there's just something about your scent, it kind of lingers even when you're not around. So what I'm seeing is, let's say you meet a person and you hug them, it's like your scent almost lingers on them in a good way, where they'll go home and then they'll start to smell you. And then they'll kind of like reminisce and be sort of lured in by you energetically, but you're not even there in the moment. So I see something about that. Your eyes are definitely your best feature. I also see very pouty lips. Some of you could have curly or wavy hair that is so luscious and beautiful. For the men here, your hair is also good looking. You look strong in some way. Like either you have strong facial features for the men here where they just stand out, or you physically look strong. Or you just have this kind of strong demeanor in the way that you stand or carry yourself. Like you kind of carry yourself with a powerful energy. And for the women too, in a different way. I feel like you don't like show it externally, but it shows from within. I don't really know how to explain it, but I feel like you don't have necessarily like a defense up when you're around people, but let's say somebody was try and, you know, like push your buttons or test your boundaries, then you're in your power in that moment. It's a kind of switch, if that makes sense. You're also very bold, and like with whatever you wear, like I said earlier, you stand out from the crowd. People kind of get nervous around you because of how attracted they are to you. You could also be creative and also very intelligent. That's alluring. It's like people are attracted to your mind, the way you perceive things. And you're also very harmonic, your presence, where it feels very peaceful being around you. It almost feels like you can take a boring moment and make it into a paradise, make it into something fun and enjoyable. Your presence is enjoyable. And I spoke about you having a lot of light in your aura, and here we see the light. I'm seeing high maintenance men here, not in a bad way, or high value men and women. Where it's like not a lot of people get to be with you, but a lot of people would almost die to be with you. They would feel lucky to be with you. So this is what I have for you, pile 1. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose the citrine crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what makes you alluring to others. So if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider hitting the subscribe button if you like tarot content and if you want to stay up to date with what I post daily. I am going to be doing a giveaway when I reach 25k subscribers. So if you'd like to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is comment on any of my recent uploads. So I'm going to use a bit of clairvoyance for you and also using your cards. So we're going to start out with your tarot. So spirit guides of pile number 2s. Spirit guides of pile number 2s. What makes them alluring to others? We have the 8 of Cups. We have the 4 of Pentacles. We have Justice. We have the 3 of Pentacles. The 9 of Swords. And the 9 of Wands. Okay, with this pile, I know things are going to be a little bit exciting to explain already. So we do have the High Priestess at the back of the deck. This is going to sound really weird. Sometimes being a psychic is really weird because you'll pick up on sensations that you didn't expect. But I'm tasting, I don't know if I can even say it on YouTube. I'm tasting the after effects of, like when you give oral to somebody, I'm tasting it energetically as if I'm in a situation. So I don't know if it's something about that, like previous partners you've been with, not necessarily exes, but people you've been with intimately, like something about the way you kind of gave them pleasure is very alluring and it's unforgettable, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. As I pulled the 8 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, I kind of got the impression that people kind of cling to you and get very obsessed with you. I saw the vision of the Love Witch and she comes up a lot in my like sexy alluring readings. I don't know why. For one pile always. Anyways, she kind of goes to this man's house and she gives him some kind of psychedelic drink that has like a love potion in it. And then she kind of sleeps with him for the night and he starts crying immediately after, if I'm not mistaken, because he's just so overcome by emotion, and the love potion she gave him sort of put him under this deep spell where he couldn't control his emotions. And then she got upset with him and then she left and went downstairs and he was like, "Elaine, no, don't leave, don't leave." He was shouting that the whole time. So there's something about people kind of like clinging to you, and even with the 9 of Swords here, it's like, please don't leave, please don't leave. That kind of energy. Maybe you're somebody that is easily able to cut people off, and people are always scared that you're going to cut them off. Especially, when you're dating somebody or getting to know somebody or talking to somebody, it's like they know that you're not taking BS. They know that, one thing they do wrong, one red flag, and it's bye-bye. I'm out the door, that kind of energy. So with the 8 of Cups and the scissors here, it's like you know when to leave. You know your worth. You know when to cut people off. You can read people's intentions with the High Priestess at the back of the deck. So it's kind of like, even on the first day, let's say you go on a date with somebody, on the first day you'll know who they truly are deep down, and it's like no begging, no proving can even change your mind, because it's kind of like, I've seen what I needed to see, bye, thank you, next kind of energy, because you don't want to waste your time in love. I feel like maybe previously you weren't seeing red flags in people, and it got you into messy situations, and now you don't ignore red flags, you don't take BS. You value honesty within your relationships, and you expect that in return. You value loyalty, you expect that in return. So that's the kind of energy I see, because you have these high standards up for yourself. It shows that you value yourself and you know your worth. Something about that is so attractive and alluring, because it's like, whoever gets you, it's a challenge, yes, with the Nine of Wands. As I look at this Nine of Wands, I'm seeing Shrek go into the tower to try to rescue Fiona, and all the dead skulls there of the men that tried to kind of save her before. But of course, even if you're a man watching, take it as it resonates. But it's kind of like, it's a challenge to be with you, because so many people fail to meet your standard, and it's not bad. It's good that you have high standards up, because it protects you against people that aren't good for you. You know what I mean? Maybe you're also very selective of who you sleep with, or who you kind of are intimate with in some way. So it's kind of like, if I win this challenge, if I get to be with you, then I know that I've really won in some way. Like, I see people looking at you like that. Like, if I make it past that guard at first, then I've won. Or if I make it past that challenge, I've won. So people kind of look at you like a prize, a keeper, somebody they'd want to be with. Okay, for the women here, there's something about your hips that are alluring. The hips, the waist, that area, it could be quite curvy, but even if it's not quite, even if you're not a curvy person and you're more slim, there's still some curve there. And when you wear tight-fitting clothes and it kind of hugs that area, ooh, that's so sexy and delicious. I'm hearing from Spirit, like, people like to look at that area and the behind area, because Spirit is showing me a peach. So that's very alluring. And something about the way you walk and move your hips is very alluring. Also, I'm seeing for the women here, when you wear lipsticks and you eat something or you drink something and you talk, the way you move your lips is alluring and sexy. And also the way you look at people when they're talking to you, it's kind of like you give like very seductive eyes, okay? For the men here, what am I seeing here, Spirit? For the men here, for some of you, I'm seeing that you groom yourself well, and that is actually very attractive to others. I'm also seeing that you're very practical and you look like you have your life together. You look very intelligent for the men watching. Again, you look like you have your life together. That is attractive to people, especially if you're attracted to women as a man. It's like, women are attracted to your physical appearance, yes, but a lot of the women that like you, they're not just looking for physical appearance, but for those qualities and traits in a man. And since you have that, it's like even more sexy, because for them it's kind of hard to find the exact personality traits you want in a person. For the men, your facial features in general are attractive, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. And something about when you shave the stubble there, it's kind of like women, or just people in general, if you're not straight, of course, imagine themselves kissing you and that rubbing against them. And something about your eyebrows too for the men. If you're non-binary, then just take it as it resonates, with any of the traits I've mentioned, if anything resonates. I'm seeing when people fantasize about you, It's kind of like they fantasize that they'd want to please you all night long. Okay, let's now get your oracle cards. So I'm seeing another thing here clairvoyantly. I'm seeing you hug somebody and them feel safe. And this is not necessarily alluring to everybody. For example, let's say you have a friend where you hug them and you make them feel safe. It's not necessarily meaning that they're going to be attracted to you. In some cases, yes, like if the person's already attracted to you, they become more attracted to you when they hug you or when they experience your physical touch. But even when just friends hug you, it's kind of like you make them feel so safe. And I felt as though I was being snuggled right now. I just felt like hands around me as if I was being snuggled, and saw a mental image of somebody snuggling somebody, and then the person feels so sleepy and then I started yawning. So it's kind of like when people feel sleepy in front of you, it means they feel safe, is what I'm hearing. So you make people feel safe as well, and it's like your cuddles and snuggles are the best. Where it makes them want you more, especially if they're attracted to you. But if they're not attracted to you and it's just a friend, then it's a nice feeling. So, with the Saint of Authenticity here, it says, I am my authentic self in all circumstances. The fact that you are so authentically you're comfortable with being yourself in the world. You don't try to hide who you are. I'm seeing you kind of laugh authentically, talk authentically, act the way you want. It doesn't feel performative, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. It feels like the true you is shining through when you're interacting with others. And people can just feel it energetically. It's not necessarily something they can see, but they just feel the vibes. Okay? There's also something about you working on your self-worth, knowing that you are the ish, like, building up your confidence within yourself. We have the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. Spirit is showing me chilies, so people perceive you as very hot, very spicy. Okay, we have the mystic of divine love. Love is divine, and I am nothing except love. And we have the goddess of devotion. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. So this kind of contradicts the previous message we gave. But now I'm feeling a different energy. When I was using your tarot cards, I more so felt the energy of people being attracted to you in just a sexual way. But in this part of the reading, I'm sort of feeling romantic energies. So let's say the previous part of the reading is maybe situationships you've had, people that have been attracted to you sensually, physically, things like that. But now I'm getting to a part of the reading where I'm connecting or tapping into romantic energies. So if you're in a romantic partnership right now, I could be tapping into that. I could be tapping into people that have had crushes on you or wanted to be with you romantically or fell for you in some way. Anything of the sort romantic. So when people do actually start to be with you romantically and they don't show any red flags and they're not necessarily, hurting you in any way, you let your guard down. And in those cases, you don't leave. In those cases, you commit and you show the person that you're there to stay. But they have to first make it through that level, that challenge, proving that they're worthy of being with you before they can, come into your energy field. So it's like when people are first crushing on you, first starting to court you or trying to date you, it almost feels like a chase. Like I have to prove that I'm good enough. I have to prove that you can trust me, kind of things like that. But once you get comfortable, it kind of feels like the opposite energy where where your love feels very wholesome, you're very devoted to those you love. Like, I see an example of somebody that maybe consider themselves an independent baddie that doesn't need a man, for example, and one day you find yourself making coffee for your man. I'm seeing an example like that, but it doesn't just have to be for women or straight relationships, but Spirit is just giving that example. So it's kind of like your whole demeanor changes when you get into a relationship with them, and you really show them your love and devotion, and you show them that you don't leave. Unless they were to treat you badly, of course. Then in those cases you are able to leave and know your worth. But I'm talking about healthy relationships here. And again, I'm seeing cuddles, so something about feeling your body against them makes them, I don't know if I can say the word on YouTube. You can use your imagination. Like something about skin to skin touching. Like, I don't know if somebody cuddles naked in their bed with their partner or has ever done that, but I'm seeing something like that clairvoyantly. And I'm seeing just your touch in general. Like, let's say you touch somebody's arm or you kiss them. Maybe you're a good kisser. There's something about that is seductive in some way. And when people are in relationships with you, it's like, I'm just seeing maybe you go get a shower and you just come out of the shower and they're already seduced by you. You didn't even have to do anything. Or you could just be standing there or lying down in the bed and then they're seduced by you. It's like you don't even have to do anything. It's just sort of like your love pulls them in and seduces them. That's cute. I feel like you have a lot of passion when it comes to people you love, and you show that passion. And of course, passion isn't always going to be full on all the time. It goes in phases. Even I have that with my work sometimes. Like, some days I feel very passionate and then some days I'm just maybe tired. It's a normal thing, but most of the time you try to show your passion for the person, and you try to show that. Even with the flame here, it's like you're very hot. Okay, that's what I see here. There's something about your smile that is so attractive or handsome or beautiful, but also alluring at the same time. And again, it's just like you're so cozy and cuddly. Like, I'm feeling winter energies. Like, let's say you don't have to be in winter right now, of course, but let's say you have a lover and it's winter and it's kind of like you're just cuddling together. It's cuddle weather, and it's all of a sudden now they're seduced by you. I'm seeing something about that. So this is what I have for you, pile number 2. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my Palomar 3s. If you chose this red cat's eye crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what makes you alluring to others. So if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider hitting the subscribe button if you like tarot content and if you'd like to stay up to date with what I post daily. I am going to be doing a giveaway when I reach 25k subscribers. So if you'd like to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is comment on any of my recent uploads. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with your tarot cards first. I'm going to be using a mixture of clairvoyance and using the cards. And then after that, we'll take a look at your oracle cards. So spirit guides of pile number 3s. Spirit guides of pile number 3s. What makes them alluring to others? We have the 9 of Cups. Interesting. We have the Hangman in the reverse. We have the Ace of Cups. Something about your voice is memorable, where it sort of plays in people's heads all day. The effect you have on others is kind of like, let's say I see you today, you'll be in my mind all night, all day, the next day, until I actually reach out and message you. it's like I start having you on my mind all the time. Everything starts reminding me of you. That kind of energy, that's the alluring effect you have on others. That's what I see. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Page of Cups in the reverse. And the Ace of Pentacles. So, yeah, I definitely see that energy showing up strongly, in which somebody has a conversation with you and it's just so memorable that they replay it in their head the whole night, or they kind of like obsess over you a little bit in their mind. I'm even seeing people dream of you a lot, like where maybe they don't even want to think of you anymore because it's sort of like you're plaguing their mind too much now. And it's like then they start dreaming of you and it's like you're everywhere they go. I feel like you just have that effect on people. Another thing I was seeing clairvoyantly when I started your reading was, let's say I'm at a place and I'm cold and somebody comes to me and offers me their jacket. I was seeing something like that. So damsel in distress kind of energy, especially for the woman here, where it's sort of like people want to come to you and save you in situations like, let's say you're carrying heavy bags, and because you're so pretty, it's like people want to just come and carry your bags for you. So I'm seeing something about pretty privilege or handsomeness privilege in some way. It doesn't just have to be for the women, but for the men and non-binary too. I'm actually seeing that you're so sexy that a lot of people get jealous of you and hope you don't steal their man or woman. I had my tarot deck on my lap and then these cards just fell down. So Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords, I can take that as like people being jealous and people thinking, oh, this person's so attractive, they're gonna, seduce my husband or my wife. Like, I better hide my wife or my husband. There's always one pile that is so sexy where people are threatened by you. I have no idea why, because if you don't trust your man or your woman, then that's their problem, not yours. Anyways, also I see an energy where people just feel relaxed with you and they feel like they want to start a romantic connection with you, but with the Hierophant, Two of Cups, Four of Swords, it's kind of like they have to really learn something. They have to really grow as a person if they want to be with you. So that is something I definitely see here. With the Knight of Cups showing up here, it's like you have certain qualities, traits within your physical appearance, but also within your personality that other people of the same gender wish they could have. And the people that you are attracted to, the gender that you're attracted to, are wishing they could have that in a partner. So when people are attracted to you, it's not just that they're seduced by you in some way, but they are also wanting some kind of romantic connection with you. People see you as their dream girl, dream boy kind of energy, dream person kind of energy. That's what I see with the Nine of Cups. You're also very gentle and soft, yet at the same time, very sexy, very hot. Yeah. I'm seeing somebody, for example, is at a place and they're making a drink and they're making drinks for everybody and the drink is delicious. Or let's say you're making food for everybody and the food's delicious. I'm seeing something about that for somebody here. It won't resonate with everybody, but something about that is sexy. And I just saw 555 on the timer. So a lot of you are embracing change at the moment. So let's say you always change your hairstyle, for example, or you change your hair color every once in a while, or you like to change your aesthetic or your perfumes. If it's physical, it can be something like that. If it's not physical, it could be maybe changes you've made within. And that is sexy to others because that's showing that you take care of you. It's showing that you care about your life, you're responsible. So again, it makes people want to date you. Why is the Ten of Swords here? So do you know what I'm seeing clairvoyantly? A beautiful mermaid. So you have siren energy. And that just means that you know how to lure people in with your good looks, with your voice. I think the voice came up for all three piles, but maybe all three piles have beautiful voices. But it's also like your personality sort of lures people in. And you can be this sort of beautiful mermaid, merman that is gentle in some way and sort of like playing with the dolphins in some way, metaphorically. Then when somebody, like, let's say somebody was to steal something from you or backstab you, now this mermaid's gonna turn into this vicious siren that's gonna get them. Like, I don't know, you have a gentle side to you. That's just a metaphor spirit showing me, but the siren represents that alluring, seductive nature, right? So it's kind of just like you have this gentle side, but then you also have this other side of you that is quite intimidating, like don't F with me because then you'll see flames kind of energy. Because you're not a mean person, but when people cross you and you trust them, it really hurts you and it makes you really angry, rightfully so. But that is something I see. But something about that anger you have is actually sexy. Like, I'm seeing a vision of you maybe shout at somebody because they did something wrong and it's sexy to them. I don't know what that's about, but I'm seeing it. Okay. Ace of Cups here. A lot of people don't just want to be sexual with you, but they want to love you. Something about when you touch people's hands too, it's like your hands are quite soft. Your eyes have a sparkle in them, and your smile is beautiful or handsome. For the men here, there's something about your beard or facial hair that is attractive. And even for the men, sometimes you can look quite intimidating or have this kind of look on your face that is either quite stoic or like maybe sometimes you seem a little bit like that type of person that's angry, but then when people talk to you, you're not actually like that. But then that intimidation factor is actually sexy and alluring. So the one thing about you is you can be very playful, but you also know the time and place. You also know when it's time to be serious and when it's time to be playful. Something about that's alluring. And the perspective of love you have is very beautiful. You have a beautiful way of showing love. Whereas, like, people just want to love you. And with that love, maybe they get the benefit of that sexy alluringness you have. So now let's take a look at your oracle cards. So your card here is the essence of all Buddhas. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. So going back to that message I said before of you introducing some kind of change within your life, within and on the external level, you're liberating yourself from everything that keeps you stuck. You're really growing. You're really working on yourself as a person, and that's very attractive. It's an attractive trait to have. Some people feel as though you might just sort of rip their heart out and steal it forever. I just get that message intuitively. Let's get the rest of your cards. This pile has a very expressive face. And you're not afraid to express your emotions. So let's say you're really angry. You can admit that you're really angry. Oh gosh, I need to cover this card. Let's say you are really sad and you're crying. You don't mind expressing that emotion that you have. But also your facial expressions. Like, let's say somebody says something, your facial expressions can't hide what you're thinking. Something about that is sexy. I don't know why, but it just is. The fact that you're so comfortable with your emotions is sexy. We have the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of true love is abundant. And this one says, the goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. Liberation is coming up a lot. So it says, I choose to only become more loved. So maybe you've liberated yourself a lot of things that held you down, things that felt like they were breaking you. Maybe you've been through a lot in this lifetime, but you're also healing and finding the wisdom from that. You're a very beautiful soul, beautiful energy. We have the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. So there's something about your playfulness, your laughter, your giggles, your smile that is so beautiful yet so alluring at the same time. It's like that makes people hold on to your memory when you smile, when you giggle, when you're like playful with them, when you tell them inside jokes, they'll sort of reminisce on that. And let's say they're just in class or at work, they'll start bursting out laughing because of the inside joke you told them. Or, they'll just start smiling randomly because they're thinking about your smile. And then somebody's like, what are you smiling at? What are you daydreaming about? That kind of energy. That's the effect you have on others. You're also very strong and resilient. That is very sexy. You're never broken from your experiences. You continue moving forward. I feel Kali's energy around, ancestral energy around, like somebody that is breaking ancestral cycles. Spiritually, you're alluring as well. Because you're working on yourself, because you're, moving forward. You're not focusing on the things that hurt you, but you're focusing on, building yourself back together and finding more happiness and joy in the things you actually do want in your life. Of course, you are healing from the pain you've experienced, and you're not ignoring it, but you're wanting to focus on better things. So that is what I see with this playfulness card. Something about the way you dance can be quite sexy and alluring. If you ever curl your hair or wear hair rollers, I'm seeing that. And for the women here, the lipstick you wear, especially if you wear red lipstick or like pink lipsticks, and I'm seeing the blushes that you wear really look good on you. I'm also seeing some men with long hair and more of like this spiritual type of look. I feel like this is a very spiritual pile, and maybe even some women with this spiritual kind of energy. You have very sultry yet intense eyes that sort of stare into a person's soul and seduce them at the same time. That's cool. I also see somebody here, like let's just say you wink at somebody, it almost makes their heart flutter, or you do little things like that. Or like let's just say someone's sitting far from you and you catch eyes with them and you just smile at them for a second. It makes their heart flutter. I'm seeing something like that. Also, the words you use with people makes their heart flutter in some way. Like you really know how to make a person's heart almost like warm up. Even a person with the coldest heart, you can sort of warm the ice caps around their heart and make them not as cold as they used to be. But I'm not saying you should go after people that are cold-hearted. I'm just saying that. Okay. What else, Spirit? I'm seeing somebody wear jewelry or like those Y2K belts where it sort of makes certain noises when you walk, but not in a bad way. Like, when some jewelry makes that like kind of noise when you walk? I'm seeing something about that. Some of you have model-like energy because I'm seeing some here that are watching this pile that are quite tall, that can walk well. And it's kind of like people can imagine you on a catwalk. Okay, I'm seeing that clairvoyantly. And you also have a natural beauty for the women here. So when you wake up in the morning and, even if your hair is still like unbrushed, you still look so cute and adorable. There's something about that. And for the men here, you also smell really good and you're really charismatic. And it's sort of like you make certain people wonder when you're going to call them or when you're going to reach out to them. You make them sort of anticipate for you to reach out. And something about the things you say, again, just make their heart flutter. So for the men here, I feel that. And as I said that, I got goosebumps. Something about the home you have or the way you decorate your room or your home or your apartment, wherever you live, the way you decorate is very homey, but it also gives off you, like you can tell you're living there. It feels very cozy, but also authentic to you. Like it shows a little bit of your personality. And I feel like you know how to make things beautiful. So I'm just seeing something about that. You know how to present things in a way that makes it look beautiful. Maybe even if you had to give somebody a makeover and they didn't see themselves as beautiful or feel confident before, maybe you, I don't know if there's some hairdressers here because I'm seeing somebody cut hair and like you make the person feel beautiful and you make it match their facial shape. Or I'm seeing somebody here where maybe you're going out with your girls and you do their makeup and you give them a makeover and it's like you make them feel so beautiful where they're so confident in themselves. They were beautiful before, but now they're even more confident in themselves and that energy exudes and then other people are seduced by them. So it's like you know how to make things beautiful, people beautiful. And not just beautiful, but feel beautiful, you know? The vibe, the energy of it. So this is what I have for you, pile 3. I really hope this reading resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.